Hi everyone, Tom Brown here, and we're back with another episode of our Running a Successful Martial Arts School video series. This one might be a little bit longer because today we're not going to be talking about theory. I want to dive right in and start looking at different strategies that you can be implementing to grow your school. Today, we actually tried to shoot this outside earlier, but it looked like a storm was coming our way and I didn't want to risk it with the camera equipment. So we packed up and we decided to come back here and shoot it out of the office. And that's oddly appropriate, because what I want to discuss with you today is one word that creates sort of an internal storm or an internal conflict with many people in business. And that word is free. Now, many people are apprehensive about giving their product or their service away for free. But if it's used correctly, in the appropriate manner, in the correct proportion, free can be one of your greatest tools in helping you to grow your business. And when you think about it, it's a component of many successful businesses. For instance, if you go into Costco on a Sunday and you're walking around, you're sure to run across somebody that's out there giving out free samples. Now, what happens? Many people end up going in, they have a list in mind, a list of things that they're going to buy, and they end up leaving with something that's not on their list. And so that's what we want to look at today. We want to discuss how can you use free effectively to grow your business. And some of what I talk about, if you've been in business for a while, you might be familiar with. I'm hoping to give you guys some strategies and different methods of implementing some of these things that you might not have thought of. So let's get started. There's three different things that I want to share with you. The first is, of course, you should be offering an open house period. And if you're just starting out, even while you're renovating your facility, if you have your own facility or you're working out the arrangements with the owner of a gym that you're going to be offering classes at, you want to offer an open house period and you want to schedule it well in advance. You need to give people time to make plans to be able to come to your event, and you need to have time to create awareness about your event. So you want to start promoting it early. You can make people aware, and then you want to keep promoting it right along so that you remind people right up to the event. You don't want to make the mistake that many people make, and that's waiting till the week before the event. If you wait last minute, you're not going to get a good turnout. And that's with any event, not just an open house. This is a big mistake people make. So schedule it in advance, start promoting it in advance, and use all the resources at your disposal. Start establishing relationships. If you're just setting up shop, you need to start going around and introducing yourself to other business owners so that you can establish a relationship with them, one in which you can provide value to them and they can provide value to you. One of the ways that we promoted our first open house, while we were renovating it, we needed to get food because we were here, it was the middle of the night and we were doing construction, raising the ceilings in the dojo. And so I went out to grab everybody that was helping out food. I went over to the pizza shop next door. I introduced myself. We got to talking. I let them know we were setting up shop. We were starting a martial arts school. And in the end, they let me post flyers on their pizza boxes. But I was the one that folded those boxes. So I saved them a little effort. I provided a little value for them. And in the end, they provided a lot of value for me because that really helped getting the word spread. Now, another thing that you should be doing, use Facebook, use YouTube, use all the different social media to try to get the word out. In fact, you can run an ad on Facebook for a minimal budget to spread the word in your community. And it's very easy for you to select specific demographics so that you know your ad is getting out in front of the right people. Okay, so that's another tool at your disposal. If you have the budget and you're offering kids classes, I'm going to tell you right now, print is not dead. That's a misconception. We'll talk about it in another episode. But certainly, if you have the budget, think about running an ad in your local newspaper, especially for kids classes. And I'll elaborate on that, like I said, in a future video for you guys. Okay? But the main lesson here, you have to start promoting it early and you have to use all the resources at your disposal to do so. You have to create awareness about your event if you want it to be successful. Now, the second thing that you want to do, you want to provide plenty of opportunity to come in and meet you during the open house period. So don't just offer an open house for a couple hours on a Friday night. When we were just opening up here, our open house was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And by the end of the open house period, we had 30 new students. Okay, so don't make the mistake of only providing a minimal time period for people to come in and expecting them to cater to your schedule. If you're not established yet, if they don't know who you are or what you can offer them, you have to open up your schedule to accommodate them. Okay? So provide plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. And then the third thing you want to do, of course, we're talking about the importance of free as it pertains to your martial arts school. Have them come in, show them around, let them get to know you, let them get to see the facility, and let them get a taste of what it is you have to offer. Give them a little mini lesson, a 15-minute lesson, even a 10-minute lesson, where you go over a couple of basics and a technique or two, enough to give them a taste and leave them wanting more. So that's the first thing. Offer an open house. Schedule it in advance, provide plenty of time, and give them a taste. If you do that, your open house will be pretty successful. What's the second thing? Well, once you have a student base, once you're up and running, the second thing that you want to do is offer throughout the year. We do it a couple times a year. We offer bring a friend nights, or buddy nights we call them. This is an excellent opportunity for you to grow your school in a very short time period. We've had bring a friend nights where combined with our students, we've had 60, 70 people here in our facility. So a bring a friend night can be an incredibly successful event for you. And the power behind it, some people feel, well, I don't want to ask my students to bring their friends here. And it might sound silly to you, but there are some people that feel guilty doing that. But here's the reality of it. Your students want you to be successful. The kids, the adults in your adult class, the parents, they all want to see you succeed because they're getting value out of your program, so they want you to stay in business. And there's an added bonus when you're offering a buddy night for your kids. That's a parent's night out. So here's what we do. Our buddy nights are a 2-hour event. The first hour is the martial arts class, and it's your job during that first hour to make sure that you bring your best game, that you provide the most value you can, you keep it fun, exciting, energetic, you teach some of your best material. Because just like that open house, we want them to leave wanting more. And then the second hour is fun and games. There's different games you can play, dodgeball, soccer. There's a whole bunch of games you can play. And you can do a Google search if you're interested in finding different kids' games. Perhaps we'll look at some of the games that we play in our summer programs and in our buddy nights and special events in the future. So first hour, martial arts class. Second hour, fun and games. And part of that, one of my favorite things to do, snack time. You can have the students bring a snack to share. You can provide the drinks and snacks, however you want to do it. That's always a good component to add to these events. Okay? Now, here's the catch. Once you've been in business, those first two things I told you, the open house and the buddy night, you can combine them. And that's what we do. That's actually what really allowed us to grow during our open house was we were already in business, remember. I had different satellite programs I was running before we secured our own location. It's something that I advise many people to do. But it's not the case for everyone. It was really beneficial for us. We had a student population. And during the first night of our open house, we had our back to school night as part of that. And it's incredibly powerful because now you have people coming in as guests, looking as part of the open house, not the back to school night. They're coming in looking to see your facility. They want to learn more. And you have a highly energized, exciting event going on. And especially when it comes to promoting your kids' classes, now the kids that are coming in that aren't too sure if they want to be a part of your school, even if they're too nervous to participate in the buddy night, in the back to school night, and it's your job to try to get them on the floor having fun, but even if they're too scared to do so, now they get to see everybody else having fun, and that leaves quite an impact on them. They do want to come back and they do want to try a class. So combining those two can be a real powerful thing. Okay, so we have open houses and we have buddy nights and we have the combination of the two. And then lastly, you should have a referral program in place. Again, your students are your best asset in helping you grow your school. They want to see you succeed. And they want to get their friends in there doing classes with them. So that's where this comes in. You create a coupon. And you want to make sure you have a line for your students to write their name because it's your job to reward your students, to give them a prize, to give them something when they get a buddy of theirs enrolled in classes. But the second thing you have to consider is what is it you want to offer with that coupon? Is it one class? Is it two classes? Well, I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. Maybe it's something you think is a bit excessive. We have coupons where we offer 4 classes. 4 classes. We offer essentially a month worth of classes. And I say essentially for a reason. I'm going to elaborate in a minute. But first, let's discuss why 4 classes. Isn't that too much? Am I giving away too much value? Well, here's what I find. These guests are coming in. Now, what is one of the best components of our school? What's one of the most powerful components of a good martial arts school? It's the community. So these guests are coming in. They try their first class. They like what they experience. But here's what I want at the end of those 4 classes. At the end of that trial period, I don't want them to feel like a guest anymore. I want them to be a part of the community. Now, I said it's essentially a month's worth of classes because there's something else I do that's pretty powerful with this referral program. They come in for their first class. Then we sit down, we look at the schedule, and I highlight the different classes that are appropriate for their age level, perhaps their skill level. We go over what classes are appropriate. So maybe they come in, and I say, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are appropriate for you. Here's the classes you can come to. They might come in on a Monday that week. Now, the same week, they might come in on a Wednesday and Friday. So here's how the coupon works. Once they come in, they have 4 classes. They have 4 weeks to use those classes. They could do 3 classes in 1 week. It doesn't matter. And the reason I allow that is because I know the school is a community. I know the community is powerful. But I also know from being a teacher that every class is like a sub-community. Every class has its own dynamic. So what I'm doing is I'm giving them a chance. Maybe if they come in and they like it, but they're not sure if they fit in, I'm giving them a chance to find the place where they fit in the best. And what I've found over the years is for some people this seems excessive, giving out a month. But from my perspective, I've given many people a month, and in turn, many people have given me years. I have people that are still enrolled today that were part of a referral program from 10 years ago. So the moral of the story, all of this, you can't be afraid of that word. You can't be afraid of giving your service away for free. In fact, you have to remember, you can't expect to receive until you give. So that's the lesson, okay? And those are not just a theoretical lesson for you, but those are different strategies that you can start implementing today to grow your school. All right, that'll be it for this episode. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget, keep the questions coming. Post a comment below. Send your emails to tom@taigonkarate.com. I want to hear from you. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing the direction that we can bring this series together. Take care.